Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear, and joining me as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey man, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's get right into this. What have you been playing the past week?
Well, I have not really a whole lot. It's been a pretty busy week for me, which usually I do get to play more. But I played some Clusterpuck, which they had their update come out, which I mentioned before. They had a bug that wouldn't let you get past levels, and I got past the level I was stuck on, and now I'm stuck on another one.
Okay. Well, are you stuck on it because you're having problems?
Because I'm having trouble with it. Yeah, I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna try to finish that game off. I did pick up SteamWorld Dig because it was half off, and then with that, and then I used my gold coins, and I ended up getting the game for like $2.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, I figured, and that one, like, when I remember the second one being like so, like, you know, anticipated, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and pick up the first one, see what all the hype was about.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, I did pick up a new copy of Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii because I was at Fry's looking at amiibos and stuff, and I was like, hey, look at that. So I grabbed it, and then because like I've said before, I'm a pretty big Donkey Kong Country fan, and then I got a couple amiibos, which were Kirby, the one sitting on the star, and
so you got the actual Kirby amiibo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like the Smash Brothers Kirby.
Yeah.
The Smash Brothers Kirby is just Kirby sitting on the Smash Bros symbol.
Yeah.
And then there's the actual like legitimate Kirby one where he's sitting on his Power Star. And I think it has like a blue base on it, maybe. I know that the DDD and Meta Knight have a blue base.
Okay. I haven't looked at it that hard. I already put it on my shelf, so.
Is it still
and
in
I got
box?
the Sonic amiibo too. No, I take them all out of the box.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Just so I can use them if I want to.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of amiibo there though. Like you go to Target, everything's really picked over all the time. Same with like Best Buy and stuff. Best Buy's not as bad as Target is usually. But yeah, they had like all the Yarn Yoshis and the regular Yoshi and a couple of them. I don't know. Did you see that picture that I posted?
I did see the picture, and I saw the new Inkling. Or no, maybe it wasn't the new Inkling boy. It was the purple variant of the first Inkling.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right.
Yeah.
When I saw those and I saw the different ones, I was like, I was just looking at some of the new Splatoon 2 amiibo, and for some reason, like, it didn't click in my head. It's like, no, that's not the right one, dude.
Are the well, you want some of the new ones?
The new ones, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I pre-ordered the boy and girl on Amazon, but the squid was sold out on Amazon, and I happened to go into GameStop, and apparently somebody had taken one back, one of the squid back, you know. So I have all three of the new ones too. So I do want to. I want too many amiibo.
If we ever get the chance to meet up again, which hopefully will be, you know, at the latest next PAX South, you'll have to bring those amiibo with you, so that way I can just scan them into my Splatoon 2 so I can get the gear.
Yeah. Yeah, for
hope
sure.
So anyways.
But yeah, I hadn't started playing SteamWorld Dig yet. Oh, and I've been playing through Golf Story. I've gotten a bit further in that, so. That's about it, man. That's about it. How about you?
I played some games this week aside from, you know, the weekly Dungeons and Dragons game, which I showed you the picture of how our whole dining room table was set up right around dinner time.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
We ate and we played. Looking at the picture again, like, it doesn't show the map as well as I thought it did, but like my wife and I spent like at least an hour drawing that out and making sure all the rooms were the right size and everything and at the right angles. Which was fun. But yeah, so other than that, I was playing some more Super Mario Odyssey. just kind of just I've been replaying it, just going through each of the kingdoms. My main goal is I want to try and get all the coins and the moons without having to use I want to get all the coins without having to use the Bowser amiibo, the Wedding Bowser amiibo, which I have had to use for like the places that have 100 coins. It's like I'm missing 3. Where are those 3 again? So far I've used it in the Sand Kingdom and I used it in the Wooded Kingdom.
What does the Bowser amiibo do again?
It pretty much you hear Bowser roar, and then there's a purple circle that shows you where a cluster of coins are. If the cluster's only 2 coins, it's only got 2 coins. But like where I'm missing 3, it's like chances are I'm missing the 3 from one
3
spot.
that are together. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've also been working on trying to get all the moons, and like what I did on my first playthrough, because I was trying to get through it as quickly as I could for the review, and like still trying to enjoy it. Every kingdom I'd go and I'd just buy all the hints that I could get from the Toad, and he just like gave me the locations, and then I would use the parrot to give me a hint at like, okay, well this is what you need to do for this one, this is what, a hint of an idea of what you need to do for this one. This time around, like if I get stuck on a place, it's like, are there any pretty much I'm just checking to make sure there are no more moons that I can get until after I've beaten Bowser, and when I do that, I double check with the parrot, and the parrot will be like, okay, well, like, here's this one moon, here's the hint for it, and like, this is the only one that you have left. So I've only been using the parrot just to make sure that I've gotten all the moons in the area, and I've had to use it for like, okay, I know I'm missing some, and it's like, oh, blah, 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 like, I don't even remember. Oh, one of them was, it was in the Sand Kingdom. It was one of the bird ones, like bird traveling in the western side of the desert or whatever. That one I did buy a hint for because those birds are a pain in the butt to track down, especially in the Sand Kingdom. Eventually there's like 3 of them. So when I had that one left, I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy this one hint so that way I know where the bird is.
Yeah.
And then I went and got that one. But other than that, like so far I've managed to get all the moons that are available to me without having to like buy the location hints. It's just like the hint from the bird being like, here's the title of the moon. And then I'm like, oh, that's right. Okay, it's over here. But yeah.
Cool, man.
Other than that, installed the update for Fire Emblem Warriors because the last DLC came out, or at least the last pre-released one that we know about. So I got 3 new characters and 3 new history modes, and I'm just like,
I went to Best Buy, and some kids were playing that there, and I was like, oh, I want that game.
it is it's one of my comfort food games where I'm like, I don't know what I want to play, and like I was having this problem the other day. I was like, well, what do I want to play? I don't really want to play Mario Odyssey. I don't want to play Bayonetta. I don't want to play Splatoon. Maybe I'll pop in this, or pop in Fire Emblem Warriors, and that'll be like one of those things that I'll do. But I loaded in, I checked out the new characters, and then like that was late last night when I did that, so I haven't had the chance to play with any of the new characters. So hopefully next week I'll be able to give you some more info on that. I finally finished the single player for Splatoon 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have all the Sardanium and all of the book pieces too, so.
Yeah. Cool.
So I finished that, and then I was like, I want to try a different weapon in multiplayer, and I played one multiplayer match with the Splatbrella, and we won barely, but I gotta relearn how to play that multiplayer, and like get used to the movements and everything, and also change up how I've been playing, because I have the last time I logged in and was playing Splatoon 2 with the dualies, I had like a 5.5 win ratio for the dualies, and like obviously I play the dualies way more aggressively than I would play the Brella, but Brella's not bad, especially the Splatbrella. Yeah,
I've been intrigued by them, thinking that I should try getting good with them at some point, but
The regular Splatbrella is really, really nice for turf war because its sub-weapon is the sprinkler and its special is the rain cloud.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
I'm Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played a little bit more Splatoon 2. I am trying to get back into that and trying to actually get the gear that I want on it. I am really, really tempted to go and re-roll the some of the armor that I've got, the cyborg armor from the first Splatoon Inkling, or the power armor, I guess, so that I can get a main weapon saver, swim speed up, and there was something else. I think it's special charge up are the three that I was looking at. But like, it's either really expensive or I just don't have the shells for it. So I'm working with what I've got.
I have like 29 shells after the last
nice
Splatfest.
Yeah, next time the Splatfest comes up, I'm gonna have to play a lot more so I can just get a bunch of shells.
If you get King, and then your team also wins, then you get like 24 of the shiny seashells or sea slugs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so I'm working on that. So I am going to try to play a little bit more Splatoon 2. Can't promise it's going to be a ton, but I'll play some.
Yeah, man.
At least more than I have been.
That's my I think that's probably my go-to. I have been wanting to play ARMS, but Elliot has that.
Mm-hmm.
My son has that in his Switch case, so I'm like, well, I need to trade him something. So I think I'll probably trade him out Pokken tournament or something.
Yeah.
Just without him knowing.
The only other thing that I did play is while I was playing through Splatoon 2, I saw that Darkside Detective got an update. So I went and played the Christmas mission. Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Oh, it's awesome. So much fun.
There's another one too.
There's another one that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that one to hit the Switch.
I'll probably do that tonight. Go back and play the Christmas mission.
There was one weird thing that happened while I was playing the Christmas mission, and I'm trying to figure out a way to not spoil this. In any case, so I'm going to spoil this one little part. At some point, McQueen ends up in a vent, like an air vent, or an air duct vent, and you have to pick which direction he goes. I picked a direction, and it didn't go anywhere, and then I couldn't move from that screen, so I had to exit out completely, reload it, and continue that mission, or that case, and then I could go through it. So I don't know if that was just a weird glitch, or if it was just a hiccup on my end. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's the only. That was the only problem that I had with it. Other than that, as always, super,
great. Now
super
I know
fun.
I have to go into a vent at some point.
I know. How dare I? How dare I? But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. There's some hidden mini games in there. You'll have to let me know if you find them. There's only 2, but it's fun.
Well, now I know that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, cool. I'll look for them. I like your baby Groot mug, by the way.
Yeah. And then on the other side it says, "I am Groot."
Yes.
Love my cold brew coffee. But that's really all that I've been playing. Like I said, I'm still hoping that I can pick up Kirby Star Allies soon, so that I can play that.
It's pretty fun. And I think it's one that you'll be able to set your kids up in front of alone, and they'll have a pretty good time playing it together.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to play that. Did Hyrule Warriors come out this month, or is it in May?
Did what?
Hyrule Warriors. Oh man. Okay. In any case, I'm looking for that one because I want to play that again, and just so much stuff.
Right.
And then, like, I'm really looking forward to July when Octopath Traveler and Captain Toad come out on the same day.
Wow. Yeah, I would like to. I want both of those.
Uh-huh.
Golly.
At least
And then
Captain
there's
Toad is
Donkey
not
Kong.
$60.
It's not?
No.
It's
it's
what, 50?
I think it's 40. I think
40?
Captain Toad is
Okay.
40.
That's not too bad. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw a Toad amiibo. Maybe I should get that.
Yeah. I have the Toad amiibo, so.
There was one left. It's going to be gone by the time we get back.
Probably.
Because the last time I was there, they had a Zero Suit Samus.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I should get that. And then I went back there today, like with the purpose to get that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was gone today.
And it was gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite amiibo that was a Target exclusive when it came out. So have fun trying to find it anywhere else. Is my Rosalina. My Smash Rosalina. Yep. That one was... I think I managed to get that online for like... I think it was only 16 or 17. So it was a little bit more expensive than regular retail. But it wasn't like Little Mac, which was like $80.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, I have not had to pay any extra for any amiibo. And I kind of refuse to. I really don't want to. I might... though, for a Samus Zero Suit, because I was like, "Is this close?"
Yeah.
Then...
Well, I am a little bummed to see that Amiibo have kind of started dropping off and people just don't care, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that like everywhere else they were fairly well stocked continuously. Whereas in the US, like, they weren't, and people just stopped caring because, like, no, because all these people are just, like, they're going to scalp it, or they've got it overseas, and blah, blah, blah. So I managed to find some deals on some. I am not proud of how much I spent on the Villager one, though. I will not.
How much was that?
Nope. One, it was, like, 3 years ago or more that I bought it.
Yeah.
And two, I do not remember how much it was. And I don't want to say. It was not...
You don't want to remember.
Right. Right. It is definitely one of the ones where, like, if I see the kids playing with it, it's like, don't play with that one.
Yeah, see, we like Animal Crossing. Like, my wife and I used to play the one on the Wii a bunch. And before that, we played the one on the GameCube a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, we also play Pocket Camp, but I don't know, as far as amiibos go, I'm just like, meh.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason I did, like, I went heavy on all the Smash ones. I have all of the Super Smash Brothers ones, except for the Bayonetta Player 2, which is her costume from the first game, which I don't like as much as the second one, so I'm okay that I don't have that one. But I
like the first costume.
From Bayonetta 1, where she has, like, the long, like, honeycomb
the pointy
hair.
Hat, yeah.
No, that's her hair. It's just like it's like a bouffant.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Not I like her short hair a lot better.
I do like that.
And the blue pistols. But yeah, so I have both of the Clouds, I have both Corrin, and I've got just the one Bayonetta. So that is the only Smash amiibo that I'm missing. I've got all of the Mii fighters, I've got all the other ones. And what's been fun with that is, like, my daughter and I will go and we'll train the amiibo, and then we'll have them fight each other. Or just like, here's the one that I trained and fought with, and then there's hers, which, you know, is interesting.
So you're basically you mean you're like letting the AI play each other?
Oh yeah, but they're
it's like you're playing Pokemon.
Yeah, Link, I choose you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean that's one of the reasons. That's really the main reason why I have all of the Smash amiibo. But other than that, meh. But moving on, we have a special interview with Bren
King
from
PHL Collective.
Yeah, so we're gonna have you guys listen to that and talk about their game Clusterpuck 99, and we'll be right back. Hey there, listeners. This is ScrapGear, and also joining me is Draco Augustus. We got another special treat for you. We got an interview with Bren
King.
There we go, Bren King from PHL Collective. he was one of the members of the PHL Collective that helped work on Clusterpuck 99, which I have not had a chance to look at yet. So, just like with our last interview, I'm going to let Draco take the wheel on this one.
All right. That sounds okay. All right. Bren is the... Oh, now I can't remember.
I'm good. Environment artist and level PHL Collective.
There you go. Environment artist. I was going to say something artist, and I was like... But yeah, Bren's the environment artist at PHL Collective and level design at PHL Collective. And he's been working on Clusterpuck, and which came out for other consoles a while back. When did that happen again?
I think it was in 2015 is when we initially launched on Steam, and then later in the year it came out on Xbox One.
All right, yeah. And I got a chance to meet you guys at PAX South this year. And when I played it, I thought it was a pretty darn cool game. And by the way, y'all have awesome jerseys, and I want one. For the listeners, they're like these like purple and bright pink hockey jerseys that say Clusterpuck 99 on them and have all their tags and stuff. It's pretty awesome. But yeah.
Nick loves the hockey jerseys.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with the theme of the game, of course, the puck, Clusterpuck. And for anybody that doesn't know, Clusterpuck it's almost like an air hockey game on steroids. You are the little hand puck, the bumper thing, and you go around the course, which can have like things to fall in and spikes on the edges and all sorts of obstacles to get in your way of scoring a goal on the other team. And when I got to play at PAX South, we were using the Joy-Cons and I think it was 3v3, and each of us was using a single Joy-Con. And it's just one of those games where we end up like going, oh, we get it. Yeah. You gotta go. Yeah. Very, very fun couch play. So Bren, let us just go ahead and ask you, how long have you been with PHL, and how did PHL start?
Yeah, so PHL Collective started in 2014. The way it pretty much formed was Nick had a lot of AAA experience working for other studios, and he wanted to come back and make a company in Philadelphia, where he was from. And he contacted a lot of local universities to figure out, what, I guess, talent had. And he contacted me, a few people that I went to college with, as well as some people from UArts. And basically it was like, hey, like, do you guys want to work on a temporary project together? And we're like, sure. We worked on that project. It ended up going pretty smoothly. And then once, we kind of finished that project, we're like, hey, do we want to do this for real? And we're like, yeah, let's go for it. And we started taking on some contract gigs. We started working on Clusterpuck in the background. And we just slowly, over the course of about a year and a half, worked on Clusterpuck as we, tried to keep the company afloat, by taking on other projects. And then finished all those projects, we had Clusterpuck done, since we were, it was slowly working, itself up on the back burner. And then by, I think it was the beginning of 2015, we released it on Steam to coincide with MagFest down in Maryland. Released that, and I think 6 months, 9 months, or around there. Later, we released on Xbox One in September of 2015.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems like a lot of stories behind the independent developers will be, this is kind of our side gig. This isn't our full-time job. We have our regular, whatever company they're working for, and then they get together with their indie development team, to make their game on the side, and that's awesome, because I mean, you really have to want to do something like that to do it. Like, it's not like you have to do it. This is something you're passionate about, and you are making a cool game for you and like-minded people.
Yeah,
Um,
we definitely wanted to, like we all worked together, to like work on the contract gigs together. So it wasn't like we didn't personally break apart. Like we just all kind of, the six of us went gung ho, and just like started. Luckily, Nick had some connections, so we were able to pick up some contracts, and then we also just, from that temporary project we made, used that as a portfolio piece to get some projects ourselves. So
awesome. Yeah. I love the word gung ho. It's great. It's great. That's the best word I could have thought of to make. I was saying, you really have to want to do it. It's like, no, you really got to be gung ho to do it. If you want to do your own game, So in 2015, that's when Clusterpuck first came out, and it comes out on the Nintendo Switch the 29th of this month, right? I'm pretty sure I got that right.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days from now. All right. And we're actually going to release this on an episode that comes out the day after that. But so 3 days from now for us, but yesterday for the listeners. So sorry for the confusion there, people. Now, so, and I know y'all partnered with CoatSync, they're another developer. They brought they're a publishing company that brought Shoe to the Switch, and which I also got to play a little bit of at PAX South, and that's out now. I'm sorry, what?
End of January? 26th?
Yes.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I was going to ask, how did y'all end up partnering up with CoatSync to start heading towards the Switch?
Yeah, reached out to us. So they apparently, played the game a lot, like during lunch and, maybe like after work over there in the UK where they're from. And they reached out to us and were like, hey, like we've been playing your game a lot recently, and we think it has like a really good, competitive aspect to it, and we're having a lot of fun with it. Would you be interested in bringing it to the Switch? And all of us were like, sure, let's talk.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it ended up working out really well. They have a really good team over there that knows like exactly what they're doing, and we were able to mesh together and get the game out. And days.
Yeah, that's where I
Yeah,
got
you kind of cut out there.
Cut out for me.
Apologize.
No, it's fine. What was the last bit of what you said though? I'm sorry.
Just said no. They were a great partner, and we just meshed together very well as a team. And they were able to help us in some regards, and we were able to finish off the Switch version, and it was perfect match.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I'm excited about it. Oh, I just have a quick question. Is it going to have online play?
Local only.
The what?
It'll be local only.
Local only? Okay. That's cool. I was just curious. But so, and
we wanted to capture a lot of the old school kind of mentality of, getting a bunch of friends together and, getting really competitive. So like we wanted to really capture that essence that's kind of, I guess, games are moving away from, since games tend to focus a little bit more on online play. We wanted to kind of bring back like that old school feeling of playing like Super Smash, Mario Kart.
Yeah, for sure.
With your friend.
For sure. Awesome. Yeah. And, I mean, I get to play at work sometimes. I work I'm a firefighter. I work with other firefighters, obviously. And, We'll get to sit down and play every now and then between calls, and I think this will be a fun one for us to do, because they're not only are they a lot of them video game fans, but they're also sports fans. So it should be interesting. Hopefully we don't throw too many bows.
Probably gonna get very heated. Pun intended.
Yeah. And so what made y'all decide to make this type of game, the hockey, like, the like you were saying, you wanted to get back to something that was couch, PvP, like Smash Brothers and stuff. What else made y'all come up with the hockey, I guess that's what you want to go with, right? Hockey.
Call it a mixture between soccer, hockey, and pinball.
There you go.
Excellent.
That's great.
You know, for doing your service, I appreciate that.
Oh,
So
yeah. No problem.
Yeah, normally, like, I guess the way that Clusterpuck really came to be was our one programmer, Terry, I guess was working on Clusterpuck on the side, spark of an idea, and he brought in a rough prototype, and we started playing it every day at lunch, and then we were playing it every day after work, and we making this our full-time game. We're just like, all right, and then we kind of took some other ideas and tried to really polish it and create a good art style. Keep moving with it and like make it more fast paced. Add like a level creator to it, and like then we started being like, all right, well here's like the base idea. Like, what if we make it a little bit wackier and add bumper spikes and speed boosts to really like mix up the gameplay a little bit.
Yeah.
And we just kind of kept going, and then next thing we knew, we had like over 32 levels, and we just were like, oh, well, I guess this is how many we're gonna read. So
Awesome.
Yeah. I know I played one where there was like a curve and you hit a speed boost, but then you got to like dodge some spikes and not fall off an edge. And I remember like shooting it right off of one of the sides. I kind of did a ricochet shot, and it went over, and everybody was like rushing for it, and there were like 3 people that fell off the edge as they were going for it, and I was like, just trying to get back over to it, and then I was able to get it right before somebody else got it and got it in the goal, and I know that was a lot to say for an audio podcast, but if you play the game, you'll understand it can get pretty intense.
Trust me, there's been a lot of heated moments even internally at the office. So
I'm sure. Yeah.
there's a lot of nail biting, saves and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what do you think was the biggest challenge in making this game?
I would probably say that it was mostly, I guess, balancing it in when we were creating the game from the start, because we had to really balance, doing contract work and making the game. So just like making sure that I'm to put, an attention into Clusterpuck before like we released. And it definitely kind of went over a few iterations. The first Steam release looks very different than the release that's coming to Switch.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on that just to look back, because like I said, I was figuring out how long ago it came out, and then I saw some screenshots and I was like, this looks completely different, because it's almost like, I mean, it's all the levels are blocky, but it was almost like some of them were like almost 2D or something in the beginning. It seemed like not 2D, but like just not quite as like well shaded and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Is that how you would?
And no, I would definitely say that. Like everything was made in 3D, but we didn't put enough lighting. We didn't put enough like like you said, shading on certain aspects of it. So in the newest version, we definitely wanted to make those elements pop. So you definitely felt a lot more vibrant and really like the saturated colors. So that way, even though it's a very simplistic game, we wanted to make it at least a pretty kind of like designed environment that you were playing in.
Yeah, it looks very crisp now, and the art looks great. All the level designs and the different colors and stuff are really cool. Really pops. Yeah, and that's you, huh?
me and Ryan worked hard on that.
All right, cool. Well, man, I'm pretty darn excited for Clusterpuck. Like I said, getting to play it early on the Switch like that, and just it really. Because I'm always excited to see utilization of the Joy-Cons, being able to use one at a time. And the fact, isn't this going to be like you're going to be able to have 4 versus 4?
Yeah, it supports up to 8 players, so you can do 4v4, and no matter how many friends you have over, you can play. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there going to be like bots to also?
Yeah, there's
I didn't think
bots that you can play against. So if if the teams aren't balanced, you can offset them that way. Or
Yeah.
if your friends aren't over, you can play against the bots. So that way you can practice your skills and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff
get
while
some
they're not
practice
there.
in.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, Scrap, do you have any other questions or anything?
Well, I mean, as far not so much on Clusterpuck 99. Like I'm excited to get to
that's
play
what I
it.
meant. Yeah.
Because I'm a big hockey fan. So
Okay.
so I'm really looking forward to it. And like I don't play like the hockey sports games unless they're like really wacky and fun, and like this sounds right up my alley. Like
It's really what we wanted to capture, because like a lot of us like playing games like Blitz growing up, and we like playing. There was a game for Xbox 360. What was it? NHL. It's not Hits, but there's like an arcade one.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friends growing up always called it Mini Goalie, which is not the name of the game. I will not help anyone who's tries to look it up. But yeah, it was a fantastic game. Like that, it's like everyone had big heads, and you just like check into people. It was just called like NHL or something. Yeah,
That sounds familiar. I feel like, yeah.
like ice cubes and stuff like that. Oh, it was great.
Mm-hmm. But some other questions that we'd like to ask you is so
Yeah, I was like, that actually kind of goes into one of the questions too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Like when you aren't making games, what games or what kind of games do you like to play?
That's a tough question. So I like to play, I guess, a nice wide variety of games. Thing right now is Breath of the Wild on the Switch. I'm a little behind.
Mm-hmm.
But, I have a pretty big backlog right now. I'm trying
Yeah, I think everybody has a pretty decent backlog.
I do not want to look at my Steam library.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, Steam is just that's a pitfall. Just like, oh, I mean, I'll pick this game up. It's $1 right now. And then like 300 games later,
lost.
It's like, oh, this backlog is huge.
Yeah.
Playing Breath right now, and that's going really well. Love it. I absolutely love the Zelda series. So that's been. I also picked up Sea of Thieves for Xbox One.
Oh, I'll have to add you, man.
So far, I mean, sorry for Xbox fans, a little disappointed. I'm a big Rare fan. I grew up loving like Banjo-Kazooie games and a lot of like Diddy Kong Racing and a lot of other games I mean, I know a lot of the people that originally created Rare left. They're now at Playtonic or Playtronic. But I was expecting a little bit more from them. I think the mechanic of Sea of Thieves is really cool, like the open ocean, like managing the whole boat, playing with your friends. But
yeah, I'm definitely hoping they keep going more in. I know we've seen like some footage of a Kraken and stuff. I'm hoping they keep adding stuff in as we get to play, which a lot of games seem to be doing lately. So
I'm kind of thinking like in 6 months, it's going to be like a really solid game.
Mm-hmm.
I still have faith in it, but I just think right now it's not fully there.
It's not where you want it to be quite yet. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Add me. We'll play.
For sure, man. Yeah. So I mean, this you just said our next question, which was what's your favorite game on the Switch, which Zelda. I think we agree on that for the most part. We definitely in our end of the year episode, it was like our favorite game of the year, hands down, and so yeah, it's pretty amazing just what that game did to gaming. Almost, it seems like it really shook things up.
I think Odyssey was also very good. I
enjoyed
Odyssey
for sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting the way. Yeah, I mean, I think you can really tell the way Nintendo like designed those games around the Switch, because not only phenomenal games, but they try to make the game experience, like every session that you play, able to be in like a bite-sized chunk. Because if you think about it, like a lot of times when you're playing Odyssey, for example, you get moons a lot faster than you would in like a traditional Mario game that you're used to, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you could they definitely design the game around a potential mobile audience that could only maybe play for 1 or 2 moons and then have to off the train or whatever. So I think it's very interesting to see that design perspective in the game. You see a part of that in Zelda too. I think with the shrines, since there's so many shrines, and a lot of those shrines only take maybe a minute to 5 minutes or longer once you get to the harder ones, but bite-sized mentality of just get in quick, do something fun, and then you're able to still put it down and what else you're doing that day.
Yeah, for sure.
All types of gamers, which I think is what they were trying to appeal to.
Yeah, and all ages too. I mean, my son, he beat Mario Odyssey, but of course he has way less moons than I do. And then you have your Mario Odyssey savants over here like ScrapGear who got all 999 moons or however many.
Yeah.
Bravo.
It took me about 2 solid weeks of pretty much playing just that straight. I think I put a little over 60 hours into it to do that.
Check out his review on mulehorngaming.com. Little plug there. Well, Bren, it's been great having you on. We'll have to do it again sometime for sure. What else do you think's going to be coming down the barrel for PHL Collective?
Thanks for having me. But we have some games in the works. Nothing that we can't disclose just yet, but we have some games that if you're a fan of some of the stuff that we've put out in the past, which is typical wacky multiplayer-esque games, that you'll hopefully like what we're coming out with soon. So if you're a fan of that kind of stuff and a fan of what we've done in the past, you should expect more in the coming year.
All right, man. I can't wait to hear more.
Awesome. All right.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being on. Yeah.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And so, unfortunately, we didn't get any listener mail this week, so we're just going to start wrapping things up. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I almost said Twitch, and it was like, you can find me on Twitch at Draco Augustus, but I don't
do anything there.
Just add me, and then maybe I don't know. But yeah, Draco Augustus. Xbox Live is Draco Space Augustus. Yeah, that's about it. Right? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and my Mulehorn Gaming email is draco@mulehorngaming.com.
All right. And as for me, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear. That's Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Mixer, all that fun stuff. Also a heads up, our podcast is on Spotify. Hopefully it will start updating again, because it got verified for episode 6, and episode 6 was up there, and then episode 7 never showed up. So, I don't know. Keep an eye out.
We'll see.
I might have to file a bug report or something on that. But we are on Spotify, so if you use Spotify for your music stuff, you can use it for podcast listening too. And then you can follow us on there, and you'll never miss an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at NindiesNIndies. That's just Nindies twice. Because our name is too long for Twitter.
And doesn't fit between Nindies and Indies.
Yeah. And be sure to hit us up with the hashtag StarRoadMail for any questions that you have for us. And be sure to check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com, where you can find all the cool video game articles and stuff that we got coming. I know that we're working towards getting a review for Far Cry 5 up, as well as the new God of War that's supposed to release next month. So hopefully we can get some more of that stuff going. And if you like listening to other video game podcasts, be sure to check out the Analog Assault podcast, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 8 of Nindies and Indies. Until next time, GG.
GG.